Travelers at JFK Airport were getting snowware fast Saturday. 2 days after the last flake fell, JFK was reeling from the first snowstorm of 2018 with equipment malfunctions, dozens of delayed flights and scores of unhappy customers. "We've been here since 8 a.m., and our flight keeps getting pushed back," Leah Golubchik told the Daily News Saturday. At first they said the baggage machine was frozen, so they were unable to take the bags off the plane. Now they said that the plane is snowed in at the hangar. "How is 6 inches of snow enough to block a hangar?" the 31-year-old Brooklyn resident asked. "The flight crew and pilots are all here. They've been joking about grabbing shovels to help dig the plane out." Golubchik's travel problems began Thursday, when the storm forced her original Delta Airlines flight to Denver to be cancelled. She was ultimately put on Saturday's flight, but the plane didn't budge. "They're not even announcing the delays anymore," she said. "They're just putting it up on the screen." A Delta spokeswoman said Saturday night that no additional flight cancellations were expected, and crews were focused on reuniting passengers with the luggage. Kenneth Watson, an Army vet and graduate student from St. Cloud, Minn., showed up early for his 10:30 a.m. Sun Country Airlines flight to Minneapolis. He left the airport 7 hours later, but he wasn't flying. "I checked the board and it said it was going to be delayed, and then it was just cancelled," Watson, 38, said. "No one told us anything. There was so much chaos. There were probably tens of thousands of people. It was like I was in a basketball arena." Ryan Harrison and his family were all set to return home to Johannesburg when their flight was unexpectedly cancelled. "The woman in the ticketing station just closed up," he said. "She just refused to help us and put up a sign that said she would open up 10 a.m. tomorrow. When we asked her where we are going to sleep, she said, on the floor. I don't care." The Harrisons were trying to rent a car to Atlantic City, hoping to score a flight there. Rebecca Butala. How Getty Images. Travel woes continued through Saturday night, with Port Authority police officers being dispatched to break up a disturbance over a cancelled flight in Terminal 4, according to Virgin Atlantic. "We are sharing a gate with another airline, and they have just cancelled their flight, causing the disturbance and the police being called," the airline tweeted just after midnight. "Our flight is operating and our teams are now moving our customers through the gate so they can board our aircraft." Passenger Jeremy Silver described the late-night madness at Gate B23 as a near riot when travelers learned of their cancelled XL Airways flight. "It seems as if some punches were thrown as people jostled," Silver said. "The crowd went nuts, booing and shouting." Silver boarded a bus with fellow Virgin flyers bound for London, leaving behind the stranded XL passengers. Elizabeth Keogh, New York Daily News. "Never seen anything like this level of chaos," Silver added. Ian Parra, 36, of Manhattan, was on his honeymoon in Dubai when his troubles started. "I paid $10,000 for 2 business-class tickets," Parra said. "It was delayed for over 24 hours. They are totally unprepared for something they should have seen coming." In one terminal, fed-up passengers took it upon themselves to make room on a clogged carousel in the domestic baggage claim after waiting for the luggage for more than an hour. The chute was frequently stopped by the scattering of belongings on it, with no airport workers around to clear unclaimed bags after a slew of red-eye flights landed Saturday morning. Alex Greenfield, at the tail of his cross-country move from Los Angeles to New York, planned on sticking out the tiresome wait for his luggage after landing around 8 p.m. Saturday. The 30-year-old kept his vigil at the baggage claim, along with scores of bagless travelers, even as 3 a.m. rolled around. "All my things are on that plane," Greenfield said. "If I have to wait until 8 a.m. to get it, I'll be here." He blasted the lack of information from airline and airport staff as inexcusable. Like those before him, Greenfield has fashioned himself a makeshift employee to keep fellow travelers updated. "If we'd been told the reason for the hold-up, then we could know what to expect for each of our situations," Greenfield said. "We got here and aggregated information by necessity. It's all a game of telephone through the information we've been sharing." Several travelers took to Twitter, outraged that their flights had been delayed and that they were stuck on the tarmac 4 hours after landing. "Landed almost 4 hours back." Derek Yach tweeted, "Maybe plane and 2 buses, but many planes are trapped unable to do so. We have no idea how long." Imogen Caird, who flew into the airport from Argentina, agreed. JFK is an embarrassment, she wrote. 5 hours in the airport with no information regarding the status of our bags. There are pregnant women, babies and children on this flight. There is no toilet, food or water available. Disgraceful. After being shut down for nearly a day as 8 inches of snow covered the airport, JFK reopened at 7 a.m. Friday. It didn't take long for the problems to pile up. But Kennedy was alone in its misery. Airport traffic was running smoothly at LaGuardia Airport Saturday, according to sources. The only problem at Newark Liberty International Airport was the air train, which went out of service Saturday. 9 people had to be evacuated from a stalled train, but no injuries were reported. Rebecca Butala, Getty Images. Port Authority sources said most of the JFK trouble was at the international terminal and also at Terminal 4. Airline companies at the terminals were slow in alerting airport personnel that their gates were getting backed up, causing many of the delays, the sources said. Since arriving flights weren't reaching their gates, luggage had to be offloaded by hand miles from the terminals, creating more delays and a sea of baggage as far as the eye could see. Several luggage carousels were also left inoperable by the freezing temperatures, travelers said. An airport spokesman said Saturday a plan was underway to divert international flights from JFK in the short term as crews try to catch up with current arrivals. The Port Authority is working diligently with the FAA, airlines, and individual terminal operators to limit the arrival of flights into JFK Airport, until there are adequate gates available to handle the backlog of flights due to recovery of flight schedules in the wake of Thursday's storm, the spokesman said in a statement. The Port Authority also blamed the continued bitter cold for severely disabled equipment, which contributed to delays. With Nicole Hensley, Adam Schreier.